Yeah, exactly. Hey everyone, it's Caroline Moderesi-Tirani, and I'm here with Norman Reedus. How are you, Norman?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm great.
It's great to have you with us. So, Ride with Norman Reedus is on AMC June 12th is when it starts?
Yes, ma'am.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
So you've convinced people to let you basically ride motorcycles, which you already love to do.
Somehow, yeah, I lucked into that. It was actually Joel, who's one of the presidents of AMC. He called me and said, "Hey, I have an idea for a show," and I went, "Hell yeah!" Before you change your mind. Yeah, and it's a blast. I mean, we travel around the country and have different guests for each city, and each city has its own vibe. And it's not really a gearhead show. It's more of we want you to feel like you're with us, and it's from people who want to get into motorcycles, and I'm learning things as we go along as well.
What have you been learning? Because you've been a motorcycle man for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, but wheelies in Death Valley in the desert on dirt bikes and the crawfishing. I mean, all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, it's fun.
Had you never been crawfishing before?
No. I mean, have you?
I haven't,
yeah,
but
nobody's been crawfishing.
One of our producers, Kate, she raves about crawfishing. She likes to do that.
It's there's swampy water in your pants, and you're walking through stuff, and you're picking up things that are pinching you. I mean, it's crazy.
It doesn't sound nice, to be honest.
It was kind of fun. I did it with Bryn Hines from Macedon, and we had a good time.
That's really cool. So how did, obviously you got this phone call from the guy at AMC, and he's like, let's do this show. Yeah. And then did you get to decide, I want to go to this state, and I haven't been to this one, so let's go there? Was it sort of like that?
Kind of like that. I mean, we had to do it in the hiatus of Walking Dead, so it was winter, so you had to go to warm spots, right? You had to, get rid of the snow and stuff. But so we went to Texas and Florida and California and Vegas and Death Valley and California, and it was fun, yeah. But we went. But what I learned is that I could do 500 episodes in America, and take a road in some parts of the United States and see something that I'd never seen before. I mean, it was, postcard after postcard after postcard. It was very uplifting.
Is that what kind of gets you about motorcycling? I mean, how do you feel when you're on the bike?
Well, it's very liberating. It's you have the wind in your face, and you can smell where you're going through, and you have a wide open view of everything. I did a ride with Peter Fonda from the top of Florida to the bottom of Florida. He used to live in Key West, so he showed me Key West, but we had helmet cams on and we could talk to each other, and he'd be like, "Norman, see all these cars around us? Those people are in cages." It's, you know what I mean? So it's, I think that ride harder, stay at home,
right.
It's probably made up for him in particular. But what a gentleman.
I love that he was basically just saying, look at these pansies in cars.
It wasn't really pansies. It was the idea of you're trapped in a thing. You're not really feeling. There's a difference when something's, rumbling between your legs. Knock. But it's.
Ayo. That was a Norman Reedus pun.
It was coming out of my mouth, and I couldn't stop it. But yeah, but it's there's something very liberating. It's sort of like a man on his horse traveling across country. It's powerful.
Or a woman on her horse, because you have
absolutely.
You have a beautiful co-host, Imogen.
She did a California ride with me. As also a lot of girls who I met on they came down from Brooklyn and stayed with me in Georgia on a Harley sponsored ride. They're called Babes Ride Out, and they joined me for part of the Las Vegas Death Valley ride. But yeah, they have large groups of women that meet out in the desert, and when girls want to learn about motorcycles, they're very inviting, and it's uplifting, and it's cool.
Was that an aspect of the kind of culture that you'd not necessarily known about that much before?
Well, I've always known girls that ride bikes, but not in that aspect. I mean, I've also met biker clubs, and I like them too. I meet lawyers who ride bikes. We have a thing in common all of a sudden. I meet rock and rollers who ride bikes. It's a common denominator. That's it's like, have you ever been surfing?
Never.
I'm learning how to surf.
I lived in Santa Monica, which is silly.
Really?
I didn't. Yeah.
It's kind of like jumping on a wave. I kind of suck at surfing, but if I go from here to that wall, it's like, yeah.
Is there anything that you do that makes you afraid? Because I feel like if you've ever driven on any road in California, particularly on the way to Death Valley, because my parents used to live in Inland Empire, those roads are fucking crazy. Because you have ladders flying at you sometimes, and then there's the people they just drive like crazy people, and they drop their coffee and they reach for their coffee, and it's
texting and driving scares me.
Texting and driving. So, I mean, yeah, you're on the motorbike. Do you ever sort of just drive past and go, get off your phone?
Well, actually, I mean, there's a story that just came out of Steven and I being local heroes in Georgia. Which is silly, but we were riding our motorcycles to set, and this girl goes by, and she literally has what it looks like a script in her right hand, and the other hand is on the steering wheel, and she's got her phone like this. And she goes by us, and Steven and I are looking at each other like, oh, that's going to be a problem. And 30 seconds later, she ran a red light and hit a car. And we stopped to make sure she was okay, and I don't know, people took pictures, and so it was all over the Georgia news. But yeah.
Was she okay? Were they okay?
She was okay, yeah. She was kind of cute, actually, because she was kind of crying, and I was like, turn your car off. And she was like, the key is broken in the thing.
Oh,
but
bloody
she was
hell.
fine. She was fine, but yeah, it was weird.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy stuff. So you like the adrenaline? It feels like you like things that put you in situations where there's a lot of high octane activity going on. Not just this, and also killing the zombies, of course, which we have to get to in a second. But.
I mean, I did my best thinking with a helmet on, to be honest. Like, just quiet on a bike to myself. Yeah, there's the adrenaline rush, but there's also a very smooth groove that you get on when it's just you on that bike and you're rolling by yourself. It's nice. Is
it like meditation? We were just talking to Dan Harris about meditation and where you can find time in the day to do it.
It kind of is, but a very aware meditation of what's going on around you. Right. I think motorcycle riders are the safest drivers on the road. I really do, because you have to be aware. You have to assume everyone's texting and driving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
How did you first get into cycling?
I had a friend that had a little YZ80, and I continually got stitches on that bike, but always kept running back to get back on it. You know what I mean? So that's probably it.
It's like a masochistic aspect of your personality where you're like, again.
Yeah, I mean, I'd bet all the kids I could ride a wheelie down a hill, and I'd flip the bike and get stitches, and then I'd go to the hospital, get stitches, and I'd get everybody back to the hill, and I'd try it again, and I'd flip the bike and reopen the stitches, go back to the same dog.
What'd your family think about it?
They were just like, ugh. But I think they were like that, most of my childhood.
Right, just... But now, look, you're laughing all the way to the bank and to, success and... Yeah,
things are good now. But, it's nice to go out and meet new people who have something in common, and, it's very rare that you can share something with strangers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun.
Well, lots of strangers who want to be your friends are watching us right now, and they've got some comments for you. James Wells says, this is a question, would you rather fight one motorcycle-sized zombie or 100 zombie-sized motorcycles?
What? One zombie-sized motorcycle or one motorcycle-size or 100 motorcycles? I'd go with the one, whatever that was.
The one. It's the one. It's the one motorcycle-sized zombie. It's really hard to say. One motorcycle-sized zombie.
It sounds like circumcised zombie, but
it doesn't. The way I say it. A circumcised motorcycle-sized zombie.
I like it.
There you go.
You pulled that off somehow.
Thank you very much. I have another one. This is from Wendy Yowell, who says, Norman, I just want to say how awesome you are. I met you in Starbucks one day, and it was right after I had lost 2 beloved dogs in a week, both to cancer. You were so kind to take a selfie with me. It cheered me up and reminded me how awesome people can be. Namaste, man.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's great.
You change people without even knowing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we do fun stuff. We have the opportunity to do fun stuff. Like I was mentioning before, can I mention the Fleet Week thing?
Please, yeah, this is so cool. What you're going to be doing over Memorial Day.
Yeah, so riding up West Side Highway with some NYPD officers on motorcycles. We're going to pull onto the Intrepid and greet the Navy and salute the Navy, make a toast to the Navy, and then auction off the bike for veterans, and then I think a band's playing, and it's going to be a party.
That's really fab.
It'll be fun.
That's so cool. I mean, how ingrained with NYPD and also servicemen and women are you? Do you feel like this is sort of a big community that you have an affinity with? I do a lot of stuff with cops and with firemen and with military. I've done USO tours. I met a really nice family with the NYPD last time I was here doing Comic-Con. Yeah, I'm always doing stuff like that. And I get that a lot. Like in Georgia, sometimes I get pulled over, the lights whoop, and I'm like, oh God, what'd I do? And they're like, just wanted to shake your hand. That's so nice. An abuse of power, but really nice. Well, they help us so much down there. All the cops help us. We have, crowds and
have to block off roads, and they're all very cool with us.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've been in the public eye for a long time, but has it changed massively since The Walking Dead? Like how people sort of see you and view you?
I mean, I think they see me and view me the same. Just more people see me and view me, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
More eyeballs on you.
Yeah, I think so. But everyone's always been really cool with me. I mean, ever since like Boondock Saints days, so, you know, it's been a lot of enthusiasm and hugs and high fives, and it's all positive.
Is there really going to be a Boondock Saints 3? Because we've heard these rumours for a little.
Yeah.
Is it going to happen, or is it happening? Is it not
happening? I have no idea. I really don't know.
You would know, I should imagine.
I mean, it almost happens, and then it doesn't happen. And it almost happens, and there's talk, and it doesn't happen.
What stops it from happening, then?
I think just an excess of greed and, I don't know, power trips.
Really?
You know? Yeah. It's very... I mean, it's so much smarter to take, you know, a tiny piece of something huge than try to take 95% of everything. And yeah, it's with this greed, and there's who owns what. And I know Chris Brinker, who was one of the producers of that, passed away, and you know, things sort of fizzled into weirdness. So I don't know. Hopefully.
Would you be up for it?
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah.
Because they're huge cult movies, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They're gigantic.
And there's some awesome people. Like Billy Connolly, part of that.
It's the best. Yeah.
No, I love Billy Connolly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's the most fun
experience
you've had with Billy Connolly?
We went to... I've had a bunch.
You probably cannot remember them all.
I mean, you know what's crazy about Billy? Like, if you walk on, you know, anywhere, if you walk in anywhere, and there's a giant group of women, like, just fanning themselves, Billy's in the center telling a story. Like, every time. But I remember going to the Palm Springs Film Festival with him, and he had this like leather suit with tassels all over the pants and the legs, and he was up there just ripping on older women with poodles in their laps and like just shredding them. And it had nothing to do with the movie. And I mean, he's a riot. Yeah.
He is really funny.
He's one of a kind.
Well, I mean, it would be we'd like it if it happened.
Yeah, me too.
You got to. I don't know. Who do we have to sort out?
I don't know. You got to yell at someone.
Well,
yeah.
There'll be lots of people ready to do it. They will. I've got another comment. This is from Melissa McGuinness, who says, Norman Reedus, looking forward to your new show while most of us are going through Walking Dead withdrawals.
Me too. I mean, I know what we're doing now, and I will say that the wait will be worth it.
Will it?
It's crazy right now. It's like, I know every time we do these, we say, you know, the show's getting bigger and it's gotten more, you know, more emotional, more powerful. But honestly, I can honestly say, like, every time we reach a different plateau, and this plateau is the highest plateau we've been to. It's crazy.
How do you feel?
Look at me, I'm exhausted.
You are
it's
exhausted.
Nuts, yeah.
So why are you so tired though? Tell people.
Just it's heavy. Yeah.
Like emotionally heavy.
It's heavy all the way around.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like physically heavy as well.
Yeah.
How other heavies can we? What other
There's
ones?
A lot of heavies,
Spiritual.
Yeah. It just, trust me, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
So how do you feel like Daryl's kind of evolved as a character since, like, you know, first season? Like, what kind of evolution do you think he's kind of gone through? How would you categorize it?
Well, I mean, he had a chip on his shoulder, like a big chip. He would never look at you like this. He looked at you like this and just threw things at you.
Like most men.
Yeah, but now he looks you directly in the face and he means everything he says and wears his heart on his sleeve, and he does not lie. I don't think he lied before. I just think, you know, he didn't feel like he belonged, and now he's found a place with these people where they trust him and they need him, and he's evolved into this man through this horrible circumstance, and it's actually, you know, given him the power to stand up, and it's okay to be you. And he's, you know, he's like this now. And before he was, don't look at me. You know what I mean? It's completely different.
How much of his evolution is to do with his friendship with Carol, do you think?
I mean, I think a lot. I think those two characters are very similar. You know, she's damaged, he's damaged. They see each other. She has no one, he has no one. I mean, it's like the similarities are large. But I mean, both those. I mean, look at Carol. Look at what she's turned into. She's the Terminator now. You know, and I mean, look at everybody on that show. There's not one character that's been on that show this long that's not completely different.
No, absolutely. Yeah. How would you classify the relationship between Daryl and Carol?
Were you trying to get at something? Right?
I'm not trying to. I'm just
asking.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking the questions.
What was the question?
How would you categorize or classify their relationship?
Ah, geez. this is the thing. If I say brother, sister, someone's gonna yell at me. If I say, they love each other dearly, someone's gonna yell at me.
Why are people gonna yell at you? No one wants to yell at
'Cause of
Norman.
this.
Don't
They all
yell.
yell
I
at
know
me.
they're not. It's all love. It's so much love.
But I think that they see themselves in each other, and I think they would do anything for each other. I remember last year, like, when Rick drops off Carol, and he comes back and he tells Daryl that, we had that script was just him telling me that, and I'm like kind of accepting it, and I'm like, no, like, this, we get cut off because we get attacked, but I'm like, this conversation's not over. Like, you can't just drop her off, so
Right.
we changed that script a bit, but if Carol left, would Daryl go find her? Hell yeah. I'll just leave it at that.
At the end of last season, someone dies. We don't really know who dies. Did you die?
Are you trying to hypnotize me right now and get stuff out of me?
I just think if
What's going on right here?
say it like if I weave it enough. Who died?
Not telling you.
Did you die?
I don't like spoilers. I really just don't even like them.
Really?
You go to a movie, you want to sit down and the lights go down and you're like, this is what happens in the end. Nobody likes that.
So you're not the kind of person who reads like the last page of a book first. Some
No.
people do that crazy.
No, I'll do that with like a horoscope.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll read your horoscope. Are you into horoscopes?
Not at all. Yeah.
So
But,
you
know.
don't. You do. You don't.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't like them. I don't read.
Oh
the
wait, I thought
ends.
you were saying you don't die. Do you die?
I'm not talking. What's wrong with
I
this
feel like
guy?
this.
Security! How? Somebody back there.
No one can hear you. These
No,
are
nobody-
soundproof.
I see what you got going on
absolutely.
right here.
I have a lot of more comments as well. Jessica Morgan says, "How do you stay so completely genuine and humble and kind as your game and success has blown up over so many years?"
Oh, jeez. I have a lot of friends that aren't in this business who don't even watch the show, who would slap me upside the head if I acted weirdly, I guess. I don't know. I don't come from money. I don't, come from any of that. So I still put like potato chips in the refrigerator in case there's bugs in the apartment. I'm still kind of like that guy. But I don't know. I'm pretty humble, I guess. I just work a lot. I don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that. What's that? The Predator. I ain't got time to bleed. Kind of like that. I don't know.
Do you have time to play? I love that. Has this stage humble? The Predator.
I don't have time to bleed.
That's what you should think.
I don't know. I'm tired.
Everyone has their own mantra.
Yeah.
This is yours. That's great. Jennifer Schumacher says, "I cannot tell you how much we talk about how Daryl would handle things, not to stuff him into the zombie fighter box, but he plays the character so satisfyingly."
Is that a question?
I think it's more just your awesomeness statement, a
You're
fact.
awesome. Whoever that is.
It's
she's
Jennifer
awesome.
Jennifer
Jennifer's
Schumacher.
awesome.
She's who's watching us right now.
Joel Schumacher's awesome.
Joel Schumacher is also awesome. Elizabeth Jordan says, "I love how down to earth you are." People are saying that you're just down to earth and like a man of the people.
I don't know. Maybe my mom keeps pretending she's other people and sending me those texts. I have no idea.
Could be. Maybe this is your mum.
It's probably my
If
mom.
it's Norman's mum, you can out yourself. It's fine.
Please.
Because it'd be really, really sweet. Please don't, please don't, mum.
Mom, don't.
That's it. Does Rick die?
Jeez. Can I just strangle you for a second? I'm not telling you.
Okay.
Don't ask me.
All right, I'm not going to ask you any other ones. Do you like Andrew Lincoln and you seem to have a lot of good fun?
Yeah.
There's
he's-
this funny little
yeah.
Instagram. Was that really you and him in the bed, or did you Photoshop his face in the sheets?
No, somebody else sent that to me as it's all that stuff's Photoshopped.
It's amazing.
But I send those to his wife all the time.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch, like us in bed together, us in bathtubs, and I just send them to his wife. But
She must love it.
We have this on-set prank thing going. Like at the end of last season, I filled this trailer full of chickens, live chickens.
Live chickens.
Yeah. And
How
then,
many live chickens are we talking?
A couple. And then, and then you have to have a teamster go in and get them, and they have gnarly claws, those things. But, and then I have a truck in Georgia that I just had tinted, because they're like, you got to tint these so people don't follow you home and stuff. And he got with Jody, one of our transpo guys, and when they went to go tint my truck, can I cuss on this?
Yeah, you're allowed to say whatever you want.
So they brought me back my truck, and we had this long day of shooting, and everyone's exhausted, and I'm covered in blood, and it's just awful. And I come back, and I'm like, oh yeah, my truck just got tinted. Where's my? And I look over, and Andy's right there, and he's cracking up. and across the front of my truck it says Andy's bitch. I was like, motherfucker. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. I'm gonna kill it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll get him back. Watch.
This is kind of cool though. It's like that how you can escalate the pranks.
Oh yeah, I got something good coming. Yeah, you better watch this.
How good is a prankster as Denai? Because like Denai Guerrero is like fucking fabulous. We spoke to her a few months ago.
She's magical, yeah.
What an intelligent lady as well. Magical, oh my gosh.
Yeah. She's great. She's not so much of a prankster. I mean, I'm constantly like flirting with her because she gets nervous and it's fun. But I think I've snuck a few like deep kisses onto her when she's not looking, just because it's fun. But I've kissed everyone on our show.
Really?
At this point, yeah.
Everyone.
I'm kind of a slut. Yeah.
We're not gonna. I can't comment about that. If you own it though, you own it.
I own it. Yeah.
If you want to be that way, you be that way.
I'm gonna.
You just
I'm
be
gonna
that way,
going.
Norm. You be that way. Another comment from Tina Kaufman says, "If Daryl dies, we riot."
I'll be passing out matches.
What
are those two like mannequin things over there? They're really
They're
weird.
naked women. They're really creepy. Do you want to bring them?
They're super strange.
It would be really weird. They're naked women. We don't know why they're there, but they've been there ever since we've started.
Yeah, and they just like pets or something. It's
They're
weird.
two. Well, it's kind of. Artem, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, let's pan the camera so we can see. So there's two naked women, and they're just. You can imagine they're having a conversation.
Yeah, if they had mouths.
If they had mouths. It's homage to Walking Dead, you see. Their heads have just been sliced off.
Yeah, it's very, I don't know what that
It's all for you, Norman.
Thanks.
I know. Just being. Diane Kruger calls you gentle.
Are these espadrilles?
These are espadrilles.
Is that what an espadrille
Yeah,
is?
this is an espadrille.
Okay, I just learned that.
Yeah. They're really comfy.
Yeah.
They're really
They look
fucking
super
comfy.
comfortable.
Are you wearing proper shoes?
Yeah, these are like shoes.
Why are you wearing shoes?
You know what? Because.
Press? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I have my boots too because I got to go to this motorcycle thing.
Right. Are these comfy though? Because I feel like these kind of shoes aren't the most
I
comfortable.
mean, they're pretty nice.
They're nice soft
They're
leather.
nice and soft.
He's broken these in.
Yeah.
That's good though. I like your sock. Can we just get a little pad of the sock though? A little tartan there. Very nice. Diane Kruger calls you gentle. He's going to try and put shoes on now. This is going to be. Should we watch Norman put shoes
really
on? I know, you
easily.
just slide in and out.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Nothing was broken.
All right, what'd she call me?
Gentle.
What?
Because you just filmed the Sky together, this movie Sky, which looks really cool.
It
looks very heavy, I guess, is probably a word that I would use.
It's really heavy. It's honest and it has a very Paris, Texas vibe to it, right? And it's the French director, woman DP. Everyone's a woman but me on the movie, and
As it should be.
and I slowly turned into a woman in the end of it. It was definitely I jumped on a woman train on that one and just went with it. It was nice. I couldn't really lie on that set. I kind of had to just let it happen.
Just like be emotionally honest, I guess.
Emotionally honest and open to whatever's about to happen. You know what I mean?
It was because the theme. So Diane Kruger, I don't think it's spoiling too much. The sort of premise of the movie. So
Yeah.
she's somebody who's been a victim of abuse, and the movie sort of charts your relationship together, the two of you. And she was saying, actually, she gave an interview with USA Today where the first day there were a couple of pretty intimate scenes between the two of you. Did that ever throw you as an actor, like when you just sort of got to get your kicks off and it's the first day?
Oh, those are the best days. No,
The best days are Naked Norman days.
Well, I mean, there were certain aspects of those sex scenes where there were some that were kind of Supermanish, and then there were some that were very not Supermanish. So,
What's a Supermanish sex
I
scene?
think you can figure that out.
I don't know. I really can't. What does that mean?
Sometimes,
Like you were wearing a cape?
Sometimes you get like an A+ in the bedroom, and then sometimes you get like a C-. So there were. Oh Jesus!
It's like Superman and Clark Kent.
Kind of. I mean, some of them were part of the storyline, and they weren't. You just talking about? Am I nervous to get naked? Is that what you're talking about?
No, just like do you ever get nervous doing those scenes?
Sometimes, because I want them to be real. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well,
I mean, even in Boondock Saints, there was like a naked shower scene, and they gave me like, one of these little socks to wear, and it's so awkward. And I took it off and I threw it at the director's head, and I was like, let's just finish this. So yeah, they can be a little nerve-wracking.
Norman style. Whip the sock off, finish
Awesome.
it. Love it. Love it. Norman, such a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. Thank you for coming on by. You've got to check out Ride with Norman Reedus. It's AMC. It's June 12th. And of course, The Walking Dead is going to be coming back very soon, and it's going to be bigger and better than before.
Check in.
More blood. Superman style. Guys, you can find out more about the show, of course, on AMC's website, and more about Norman and his work on the HuffPost Entertainment vertical. And stick around, there'll be more Facebook live streams coming up for the rest of the day.